So our project is going to be on suicide rates within the veteran healthcare system. So before we get into the topic, just a little bit of background on mental health. So mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, how we feel, and how we act. Mental illness is a health condition that involves changes in the emotion, thinking, behavior, or any combination of these. And then suicide is intentionally taking one's own life, which could result from behavior motivated by the desire to escape unbearable psychological pain.
Veterans and mental health. Roughly 1 in 5 veterans experience mental health problems, including PTSD, major depression, and anxiety. Veterans who have deployed overseas during their service face an elevated risk of developing mental health conditions and disorders. Deployment can also increase the risk of unhealthy alcohol and substance abuse. If left untreated, these conditions can have long-lasting effects, impairing relationships and their overall quality of life.
Veterans and suicide. Veterans comprise nearly a quarter of all suicides in the United States. The suicide rates for veterans is 1.5 times higher than that of the general population. Suicide rates are particularly high among older veterans. And according to the VA, in 2016, about 58% of all veterans who committed suicide were of the age of 55 or older.
In 2017, a team of researchers looking at data on more than 4.8 million veterans found that veterans with substance use disorders had twice the risk of suicide compared to those without a substance use disorder. Additionally, other warning signs and factors that lead to increased suicide risk in veterans include anger, rage, mood swings, and episodes of anxiety and agitation, increased alcohol and/or substance abuse, self-destructive and risky behaviors like driving while impaired, and expressing feelings of having no reason to live.
Prevention and treatment. The United States Department of Veteran Affairs has doubled its efforts to address the challenges that veterans face. The Mission Act. Passed in 2018, it is an aggressive effort by the Veteran Affairs to extend resources and outreach to veterans. The program allows veterans to receive health care from local community providers in specific situations where they cannot receive care through a VA facility. This program is extremely useful to veterans because it can provide services to veterans that are not available at a VA facility. It can provide immediate access to care versus having to face a long wait time. This is particularly crucial for veterans in crisis. It can be easier for veterans to access, i.e., it is closer to the veteran and no long distance travel is required. It provides healthcare access to veterans who live in the states that do not have full service VA facilities. Hotlines are also available to veterans who require immediate intervention.
So leader, Secretary Dennis Richard McDonough. Dennis McDonough is the Secretary of Department of Veteran Affairs and is the leader of assistance for veterans across the United States for issues such as post-traumatic stress disorder, suicide, and other mental health problems. The Department of Veteran Affairs offers a veteran crisis hotline for those who need acute support and about 1,294 Veteran Affairs healthcare centers for those who need ongoing treatments. These VA centers offer support for disability compensation, home loans, life readjustment, mental health, as well as other services.
So just some continued information about the secretary. Their strengths and skills are devising, planning, and enforcing goals that raise performance standards, heavy clinical integration of VA centers, civil interaction with veterans, and the weaknesses include has no military background and faces skepticism by veterans for this reason.
So our organization is United States Department of Veterans Affairs. The U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs is the VA's mission is to serve and honor the veterans of the United States of America. The 4 missions of the VA are veterans healthcare, veterans benefits, national cemeteries, and preparedness. The vision, the core values, integrity, commitment, advocacy, respect, and excellence.
VA background. In 1811, the first medical facility for veterans was opened. After the Civil War, a lot of state veterans' homes were established. During World War I, a new system for veterans' benefits was established. And on August 9th, 1921, Congress combined all World War I veterans programs into what was known as the Veterans Bureau. Tuberculosis, TB, and neuropsychiatric hospitals opened after World War I to treat veterans with respiratory and mental health problems. On July 21, 1930, Executive Order 5398 was signed by President Hoover, Veterans Bureau, National Homes, and Pension Bureau. There was a massive increase in the number of veterans following World War II, so new benefits were created, such as the GI Bill.